welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're diving into a situation that is just, well, it's incredibly stressful for absolutely any parent. Imagine this. Your gut is just screaming that something is wrong with your kid. But you check with the school and they say, nope, there's no official report of bullying on file. So what do? Today, we're going to look closely at why a missing report does not automatically mean there's no problem and exactly how you can safely uncover what's really going on in your child's world. Because, it usually starts small. You might notice these really subtle, quiet warning signs, right? Like a sudden stomachache every Sunday night, a lunchbox that comes back completely untouched, or just that look of sheer panic when their phone buzzes. And when you see things like this, you immediately feel this massive wave of concern for their well-being. And honestly, that is a completely natural reaction. So naturally, you sit them down and just ask directly, hey, is someone bullying you? And they look away and just say, no. And when the school backs that up, man, it is so tempting to just breathe a huge sigh of relief and move on. I mean, if the school hasn't seen it and your kid denies it, it must be fine, right? But as we'll see, that silence, it isn't actually proof that nothing happened. Think of a formal school report, kind of like a smoke alarm. Schools absolutely need those formal reports to act. They help adults look for patterns, assign staff and follow the rules. But here is the undeniable truth. A fire can start long before that alarm ever actually sounds. In the exact same way, a child's pain or their behavioral changes can be incredibly real well before they're ever ready to make a clear, formal report. And a big part of the reason that alarm hasn't sounded yet is because kids rarely use the exact word bullying. We can't just wait around for them to use perfect adult vocabulary. Instead, we've got to listen for the smaller, everyday pieces of the story they're bravely trying to share with us. When they say stuff like, I hate lunch, or can you just pick me up today? They might actually be handing you a tiny piece of a much larger puzzle. It is our job to notice that opening.
And this all makes perfect sense when you realize why kids actually stay silent. It's not because they want to lie to you, not at all. They're just terrified of losing control. They worry that if they tell you, the behavior is going to get worse, or they'll be labeled a tattletale. Or sometimes they're just terrified that you'll panic, take their phone away, or march right down to the school for some massive public meeting. Silence is often just their way of holding on to whatever small amount of control they feel they have left.
Section 1. Common parent mistakes. Well-meaning missteps that close the door.
See, when we're worried, we obviously just want to protect our kids, but sometimes we can accidentally close the door on communication. Asking one massive, rapid-fire yes or no question can literally feel like an interrogation to a frightened child. If you ask, are you being bullied, a confused kid will often just say no to escape the pressure. Whereas asking an open, gentle question about a specific time or place, something like, what makes the bus hard lately, that acts as an invitation. It gives them space to talk safely without feeling totally cornered.
There are actually a few well-meaning traps we parents fall into. First, don't wait for them to explicitly say, I am being bullied. And don't assume the teacher sees everything. They simply cannot see every whisper or group chat message. Also, demanding perfect proof or exact dates from a stressed kid, not helpful. They might mix up the timeline, but that definitely doesn't mean they're lying. But most importantly, and I know this is hard, you have to be the calmest person in the room. Reacting so strongly that you yell or threaten to confront another family, that can actually make your child regret telling you in the first place. Now, while we're looking out for all these things, we have to remember that a sudden change could point to a lot of different things. Actually, it could be a normal friendship conflict, heavy academic stress, or family changes. A headache or a bad day does not automatically prove bullying, so we really shouldn't rush to turn every single warning sign into an instant bullying claim. These signs are a reason to carefully observe and ask questions, not a reason to immediately accuse another child.
Section 2. The Listen Plan, a step-by-step framework for parents.
Okay, so here is exactly what you do when you're deeply concerned but you don't have a clear report. It's a calm framework called the Listen Plan. L is for look for change in their daily routines. I means invite conversation safely. S is crucial here. Separate facts from your own guesses when you take notes. Don't fill in the blanks for them. T is tell the child they are safe and won't be punished for speaking. E is engage the right adults to observe. And finally, N is notice what happens next. This whole process helps you calmly coordinate help without overwhelming your child. The absolute best way to put this into practice is to ask safe, gentle questions. Try asking something like, what part of the day has become harder? And here is a fantastic tip from the source material. Have these chats during a walk, a car ride, or while doing a simple chore, side by side. It completely takes the pressure off. A side-by-side chat feels so much safer for them than forcing a heavy, stare-down, face-to-face interview. Section 3. Engaging the school. How to communicate without a formal report. So once you've had a calm talk with your child, you've got to communicate with the school. But how do you do that without a formal report? Keep in mind that staff like bus drivers or lunch aides might see what the main teacher doesn't. If you aren't sure what to say, you can literally use this exact template to send a message. It is such a powerful tool. You are respectfully asking them to observe and protect your child in specific locations without demanding they instantly solve a puzzle with missing pieces. And importantly, you're asking them to avoid a public confrontation while they check the facts, which absolutely protects your kid from immediate retaliation or embarrassment. Section 4. The 72-hour response plan. Bite-sized steps for steady resolution. We all know that when you first suspect an issue, the adrenaline totally kicks in. But following this 3-day timeline ensures you secure your child's safety without feeling completely overwhelmed. In the first 24 hours, you just stay calm, invite them to talk, and jot down the changes you see. In the next 24 hours, you reach out to the school using that template we just discussed. And by 72 hours, you review what you've learned and establish a small safety plan with a trusted adult. Doing it this way ensures you coordinate systematically rather than, rushing over to another family's house in a panic, which, let's be honest, almost always backfires. Now, I want to pause here for something absolutely crucial. This slow, steady approach, it goes completely out the window if safety is severely compromised. If your child ever mentions self-harm, weapons, a plan to run away, or severe injury, do not wait for a school report. Do not wait for the 72-hour plan. Stay with them and get urgent professional help immediately using services like 911 or 988 in the US or the equivalent emergency resources where you live. The bottom line is, you don't have to ignore the signs, but you also don't have to rush to accuse. You and your child absolutely do not have to carry this heavy burden alone. You can tackle it one small, calm piece at a time. So I'll leave you with this to reflect on. Knowing that a missing report isn't proof that everything is fine, what small step will you take to create a safe, calm space for your child to share their truth today?